If you don't mind, I may be sipping some water during the course of this video because I have what we used to call a frog in the throat. That is caused by, in fact, I noticed this morning as I'm driving to work, I'm driving down the boulevard that I usually come into work on. I have to drive from the north end of the city to the south end of the city. It's a pretty quiet drive, but as I was driving the first block or so, and you can already hear that in my voice, I noticed that it just seemed, it wasn't fog, it wasn't cold enough to be foggy, and it certainly isn't damp enough to be foggy. But the smoke that has been in our air and has been just choking us for the last several days, this morning was actually hugging the ground, where it's been at least a little higher over the last few days. You still get some of it. It's like walking around and you've got the smell of creosote in your lungs. It's rough. And we had a long discussion yesterday on my regular radio program, but I've uploaded that video to this channel, Boardwalk Potatoes, where I spoke to a geologist named Dar Moon, who is running an organization that is trying to change forest management policies so we can get out of this vicious cycle that we go through every late summer here in the western states. And if you've not listened to it, it is lengthy, but man, this guy knows what he's talking about. And so if you get a chance, it's one of our videos here and it references wildfires. So you can check that out. Take a listen to it. If you get 45 minutes, I would highly recommend that. You should also look into his organization, Idaho on Fire. They have a Facebook presence, and you can find a lot of great information there on how to better preserve Western lands and actually make them more profitable. He's not alone in his concerns. I came across this late last night. This is some audio from a Senate subcommittee hearing that took place, I believe, yesterday. U.S. Senator Jim Risch from here in Idaho. He had a couple of minutes to speak at the event. I just wanted to share a little bit of what he had to say, but he makes it clear there's really only one issue in his home state at the moment.
I was home in Idaho this past weekend, and I'll be headed back again this weekend. It seems like all anyone can talk about is the smoke in the air and the wildfires causing it.
There you go. And he is co-sponsoring a bill with Senator Steve Daines, who's also a Republican from neighboring Montana. Daines is in a tight race against a Democrat who should never be near politics in any sense. We hope that Mr. Daines can pull out a re-election victory. Risch is also up for re-election this year, but against token opposition. That's a good thing to have. So I have not had a chance to look over the bill that they've crafted. I hope to be able to do that today. But I believe that they are calling for some of these changes, and that means simply cleaning the forest floors, for crying out loud. You don't go into your own house and spill gasoline or kerosene all over the floors and then sit down and light up a cigarette, for crying out loud. But that's essentially what we do when it comes to forest management. All right, if you like our videos, please click on the subscribe button at the top of the page. And if there's anything you'd like us to discuss, my name is Bill Colley, and my business partner is Jake Smith. Please leave us a note in the comments section.